Joined by Tusculum head coach Brandon Steele after his team completes a 3-game series sweep of Davis and Elkins with a 16-2 victory Sunday afternoon. Coach, it seems like in the early going this season, in some years you've been able to just run the same 9 out there every game. This year you're mixing and matching, you're getting different guys, some at bats, and guys are starting to come through and contribute. That's a good problem to have, isn't it?
Yeah, we've got a very talented group, and a lot of guys are interchangeable at multiple positions. So really for the last couple of weeks we've been playing 3 different lineups, and we've actually been catching 3 different guys each game. So we're very fortunate to have the depth that we do, and when those guys get back there and there's change in the lineup, production doesn't go down. So we're really fortunate.
Will Samuelson, a couple home runs today. Last year, just 3 home runs all season. He got his power stroke going today. And what's been the difference in him this season and last season?
I think buying into trying to use the whole field and shifting his timing a little bit so he can cover that pitch on time as opposed to hitting a foul, and really being a rollover guy, which is something he struggled with last year. So him and Keener both have really made a stride in terms of using the whole field. And Keener hit a couple balls backside and middle yesterday. So seeing it actually play out in the in-game environment, I think is really rewarding for those guys to know that paying the price is really going to help the team win.
Tyler Riddell's been done a great job out of the leadoff spot. Now it's Luis Reyes, who was on base 3 times today, scored a couple runs, stole some bases. What do you see in his game? Is he a guy who's going to be a contributor for you going forward?
He's very versatile as well. Excuse me. He can play shortstop. He can play the outfield. So with his speed and his athletic ability, and he can handle the bat and do some things. If we get in a situation where somebody gets bumps or bruises, just like we alluded to earlier, we got a lot of guys we can plug in and kind of keep this thing going. So it's going to be the same thing, I think, moving forward for a couple weeks until guys really separate themselves, is just keep getting guys in and keep them fresh, and hopefully keep on having the chance to win some games.
Brady Saunders, 5 solid innings today. Ran into a little trouble in the 5th, but for 4 innings he was really looking strong, and he's more and more just giving you a guy who's going to be a definite key in the weekend rotation.
Yeah, really. I mean, he had a no-hitter going again today, and his stuff is unbelievable. And it wasn't until the walks and having pitch on the stretch that I think maybe fatigue might have been a part of it. He started missing a little bit yanking, and he was able to kind of pitch out and finish the inning. And that's encouraging, because we all know what he's capable of, and hopefully he can have the confidence to build off this moving forward.
Alex Crosby gave you 3 solid innings out of the bullpen as well. A guy who is your first chance to take a look at him. What did you see out of him that you liked?
He was able to throw strikes on both sides of the plate and change speeds. Still needs to work on the breaking ball a little bit, but he competed. He got behind a couple times, didn't give in, and still kept on pitching. So as we get some of these guys opportunities and they go out there and they show us they can do it, it just gives us a better chance to win down the stretch. We get into some tough weekend series.
One stat that I think is kind of remarkable is that this team has not allowed an unearned run yet all season long. And defense at this level is so key, and so far, for the most part, you guys have been making the plays.
Yeah, I believe actually through all 3 games this week we made 1 error. And that's something we talk about all the time, as far as, it's a team game and we have to play team defense. We have to, minimize other teams' opportunities for us to be successful. Because if it comes down to slugging the baseball, we may not keep up with some other teams. So we got to make sure that any run that another team gets, they earn. So cutting down the free passes, cutting down the errors, and just making them work for everything they get.
3-game sweep for the Pioneers, another home game with Young Harris on Tuesday, and then conference play next weekend with the UVA-wise Cavaliers with Coach Brandon Steele. More on today's game, visit TusculumPioneers.com.